In this lecture, I will start out talking a bit about programming in general. Then we will look at variables and constants, followed by built-in functions and the conditional statement if. But before we can start learning programming, we need to know what a program is. So, what is a program? In short, it's a sequence of instructions telling the computer what to do. But what is it we want the computer to do? Often we need to communicate with the program. For this, we have input and output operations. You often need to do various mathematical operations, both simple like addition and multiplication, and more complex like, for instance, statistical calculations. We also need to be able to control the flow of execution. For this, we have if statements and loops. Any program, no matter how complex, it's built by using simple building blocks. And these are variables, something that can store a value, if statements. This allows you to do different things depending on the value of a variable, and loops that repeat the same instructions multiple times. We sort code into different categories. One of these categories is the level of the language. The lowest level is machine code. This is made for computers to read. It's fast to run, and in fact, it's the only type of code computers understand. The drawbacks are that it's very hard for us to read, and that it's not portable, which means that you can't move the program from one computer to another and expect it to run. The high-level languages are created to be human readable and allow us to write programs. The drawback here is that it has to be translated into machine code that the computer can read. This translation can be done in one of two ways. Either the code is sent to an interpreter, which translates the code on the fly while the program is running, or it is pre-compiled into an executable file before the program is started. Python is a high-level interpreted language. Python exists in two major versions, Python 2 and Python 3. In this course, we teach Python 3. Python 2 has reached end of life, but there's still a lot of Python 2 code out there. ArcGIS Pro uses Python 3, but all previous versions of ArcGIS use Python 2. As a beginner programmer, Python 2 and Python 3 are very similar. Python has an interactive mode called idle. This can be used for simpler tasks, but you will work in an integrated development environment called Spyder, which can be used for larger scripts. Spyder has a lot of features that help make programming easier, like for instance code completion.